The narrative that a man, you cannot depend if you stay with your children and all of that is a thankless job. You don't get paid for it. You are at risk. Of course.
Schools are getting better now over these years in resources. A lot of people are moving there and staying there.
You may get a job, you may get a foot in the door, but that would not sustain you on that road. So the thirst for knowledge. Knowledge is something that is not confined to just the learning space.
That's why the parent factor is there, and then we have the school. You have to ensure and monitor. When you call open days as a parent, you must show up to know the performance of your child.
Hi, amazing people. The last one of the house is here. I have my daddies, I have my mommies, I have my auntie. They are here with me in the house, and this is the Happy Family Show. As you know, we are happy people. Happy people!
Happy family!
All right now, so today we'll be discussing on a very important matter, something that most parents will actually want to understand, something that they will want to know. And as you know, we always bring insightful topics, something you are all interested in. Right now, I allow the OLORUNFEMI, the Odogo one to, I can't be rude now. As the last one of the house, I can't introduce myself for my father. So I'll allow my father to introduce himself. So, Emperor.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers, ladies and gentlemen. We always discuss very important topics, but we discuss them in a way that is cool, calm. At times, you see us, we get serious. It's not because we are fighting. It's because the topic is touching us.
Yes.
Topics that
the soul spirit.
Exactly resonate. It does not only affect you, it also impacts us.
Yeah.
So that's why you see us. We put in a lot of effort into discussing these various topics. And please sit back and don't touch that dial. We'll be back with this interesting topic.
And see me. See, this mommy, I said mommy. She's the mommy, but I don't understand why these people will not leave youth for me. Auntie me, explain yourself.
Even Daddy Gio is still claiming you. That's Pastor E. Adeboye. He's still claiming that he's still a youth.
You shot me.
So, at what age? 83. So how old is me? When did I even come to this world?
Oh my God.
So we are here again, the happy people. We are happy family, and we are here with Ogbonge topic today. Something you would like, something you would love, and you would even want to contribute. Don't worry, very soon you would be able to contribute to this show. I'm here again, Olabisi is in the house this morning, and we are here with so many people in the house this morning. They are happy people also. They have come here to teach us. We are going to be learning from them, and it's going to be insightful. You're going to enjoy the show today. Just stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Don't forget to follow us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel at Proprietress Pictures. Just like, share, and subscribe. Don't touch that down.
All right. So, as you know, as the last one of the house, I'll introduce myself last before I now bring in our. See, by the time you see them, you understand why I'm this calm. Because if you don't understand Yoruba, I don't want to jump. Yeah. So I'm promised, as you know, the finest girl in the family, all of them, they are fine. Well, I'm the product of the finest. I'm the one shining. They shine. All right.
You have it?
Yeah. So as Auntie me said, go and what are you doing watching this video and you're not liking and subscribing? Why are you not commenting? I'm not hearing your voice. I want to hear your voice so that the season 3 we will know how to help you attack your voice. You understand? So now go and follow and share our videos. We'll be right back after the short break. All right, people, welcome back from the break, and thanks for liking, commenting, and sharing, because I know we're all obedient children. All right, so let's meet Daddy. You understand why I said this, young? Look, Daddy. Mommy did well. See Daddy looking all radiant. Let's meet our Daddy. Daddy, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I promise.
The youngest and most beautiful.
Yes, sir. Daddy agreed. Thank you so much for being on our show today. We are honored. We are thrilled to have you amidst us. We'll be discussing the expensive higher education. We'll be looking at it from two lights. One, for those parents who are not able to afford this expensive higher education, and also for what is the main point of actually sending a child to an expensive school when you can also send the child to a 1,500 naira school and then the child will still learn? Is it not too late?
Once upon a time, I'm sure you did not attend the 1,000.
I did not. If I like, my family members are young, they will expose me. So I did not. Yes, I did not.
Engineer Sir and Ma and ADETENIOLA, we are really excited, happy to have you on this edition and this episode. So, looking at the current state of our country, education has really become expensive. I remember when I used to tell people that of course, I know you have a different story to tell, but during my time, I probably obtained JAMB form for 350 naira, and so on and so forth. Things were relatively cheaper during my time, but today, education has become expensive. It has become the privilege for the rich only. It's out of reach, for the average family out there. How do you think? Why is education this expensive? Let's start with engineers. We can take it from you, then we can also have the opinion of our proprietress.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege for us to be here, and I want to congratulate the family from the emperor, the empress, my brothers and sisters, and my family members here. We are honored. My wife will probably do more justice. As I was introduced, I joined the service of Lagos State Polytechnic 23rd December 1985. I've been there all this while, but I get involved in so many things that we have seen. Professional line, politics. I was invited, but that gave me a lot of exposure. Everything has become expensive over the years. It will interest us, I went to University of Ife, now OLORUNFEMI University. Up to my last day in 1984, I ate 3 pieces of meat when it's swallowed.
My God.
Meat, and I'm not talking about the small one they call tea, ice cream. You just go
school meal, right?
School meal.
Exactly.
3 pieces.
Yeah, 3 pieces.
Meat.
I think I never told you. And that's our meal ticket is 15 naira for 1 month.
Amazing.
You cut lunch, and you can walk into the cafeteria and say, "Look, you want more? Put more amala, put more this." And the chicken is minimum a quarter of a chicken.
Wow.
It's something like that. I was lucky until we left and all. Yes, I make my apologies. Our successive government have not done well. But ordinarily, things generally all over the world have become expensive over time. Expectedly. My number in Ife was 792478. In other words, I entered in 79. I was number 2,478, something like that. And I can imagine my daughter's number. She tells you her own matriculation number. So I can also imagine that in 20 years, our population has been doubled. Another 24 years, it will be doubled. 400 million. So within the same land space and if you like, resources. So it means that you need leaders who are very creative and innovative. You can use the same land space to do better, and you can use your resources smartly and innovatively. So, but unfortunately, corruption, bad leadership, a lot of bad leadership, so in terms of being expensive, it's not as expensive as it's just because other things are not put properly in place. For instance, government pays my salary as a lecturer in the federal institution, and they put money to do buildings and whatever. But that doesn't happen in Afefe Balola. It doesn't happen in Tender Heart. So it is only because from time of the late stage of our law, we've not been paying the commensurate fees because government is coming in. So as things become expensive, as resources become scarce, as the management of our resources becomes questionable, smaller relative to number, money in terms of budgeting and releases goes to education, just as in other cases. So that is it. For instance, even if I'm not going abroad, we read about it. Schooling abroad is not cheap. Especially for a foreign student.
It's not
cheap. I mean, everyone he knows that. The only difference is that the system is such that loan is easily accessible, but grant and all of that. Yeah, we've tried that in the times of, let's say, the OLORUNFEMI and the rest. That was properly fashioned out. Government has come up with that again. I also got bus straight. It is just that one, the government is not applying our resources appropriately. They need to do more equitably and take away corruption, massive corruption. If you pay peanuts, you get monkey. So that is what is happening. You cannot get quality education if you don't pay appropriately. And that is why the Federal, the Covenant, what to get there is getting better than that of public schools, because the public schools will not have light for the whole day, the whole week, and all of that. So let me talk about that. So it is a matter of you want quality, you pay for it, but our economy needs to be better run. There must be social net, and there must be equitable distribution, and corruption must be stamped to the barest minimum, if not expunged totally.
Wow, interesting insight. Thank you very much, sir. You see, that was the perspective of an engineer from infrastructure point of view, from the political point of view. Let's come to the proprietress. From your point of view, why do you think education is now more expensive? Is it due to the population explosion we're experiencing in this country? And I would also like to know, is there any form of intervention by the government to subsidize education for private schools?
All right. Well, it's amazing to be here. Thank you so much for this invitation, and we are glad to be here. It's actually a family of educationists. Yes, my mom used to be one of the foremost educationists in Ikorodu. And I went to a private school then, my primary school, then a secondary. Then when I graduated, after service, I worked with her. And then shortly after then, I worked with the federal government, Command Secondary School. From there, Lagos State government, then eventually in Tender Heart School as the proprietress.
Amazing.
And we give God praise for that. So when we look at expensive higher education, I'm not aware of government doing anything to control that price. Just like we know, the fingers are not equal.
That's right.
We have different ranges of fees, school fees. So I believe as a family, there should be like a meeting, and then you decide, not going beyond what you can afford, and not going into fees that will put you under undue pressure and then end up giving you high blood pressure, God forbid.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it's important to have a family meeting and then prayerfully. That's what we did. I remember then when my daughter, fortunately she's here, ADETENIOLA, OLORUNFEMI, she wanted to enter into the secondary school. I remember then that we had to go to God in the place of fasting and prayer. I told her, you have to fast and pray for us to know the exact school to go to. And then we did that, and God answered our prayer. And then she attended the school. In fact, the school she attended was where others attended. And then we said, God, this is the bill. And God did miraculously by providing for us. We had some cash gifts, and then so when we look at expensive higher education, you sit down, put the cards on the table, look at your budget. What can we afford without stressing ourselves? And these fees ranges. You see some schools maybe 50 something, 100, 200. So you pick the one that you know that it's affordable for you. But the first thing you have to consider is the content. What do they have to offer? Most of the time it's not how big the price is that determines the content. And that's why the parents have to do the needful. You go around, you ask questions. But one thing I've actually observed is that when you get to a new environment and you want to enroll your children, the first thing you do is you ask your friends, your church members, where are your kids going to, where are your kids going to, and then you take your decision based on that. That's like a easy way out. But it's always better when you go for yourself, visit the schools, ask some questions.
Indeed.
Ask some questions, look at the content. Even when you have neighbors, you can have the books of the children. You can go on the internet and find out the scheme. What are they doing? Then you take your decision then. Then, of course, you are not going to have only one decision to make. You have various schools that have similar contents. Then you look at the bill, you look at the environment, and then you pick what is suitable for you.
Wow, that's a lot of work to pick a school for your child. I mean, these days we are so busy. We are living in the outskirts of Lagos, working in Lagos. You have to commute.
It's part of
and
parenting.
all of that. My God.
I just take one sentence there, right from your comment. Just as my wife has said, you pick the appropriate school and all of that, but you don't leave the raising of the children, teaching and all of that to the school. You have a role to play, because you mentioned we live in Lagos or Lagos. Majority of parents think that once I have paid 500,000, 100,000, school is your business, everything. Whereas the students, the pupils, especially primary, nursery, secondary, spend greater time in the house than in the school.
And that's where your work starts from, choosing the right school. And I'll tell you, the school we picked for our firstborn was where every one of them went to, from GS1 to SS3. So you can see that it was indeed a very good choice. So as parents, we can't shy away from our responsibilities. We have our own responsibility to make sure that we pick right, then you follow up from there. Like my husband said, you don't leave all the duty for the teachers and then the school proprietors. You have a role to play. It's a teamwork. And then we have to synergize to make sure that we bring out the best in our children and ensure that they fulfill purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, Teniola. Thank you. We are glad to have you on the show. So, mommy, what would you say about this? Like, okay, I want my, like you said we have to make a survey. While you are doing the survey, you see a school that you like and the money is so expensive, you understand? And you see that the content they have in this school is, because I think these days, the higher the price, the higher the content, what they would
Not
offer.
necessarily.
Because I mean,
Not necessary.
really?
Yes.
Because you tend to see that most of the schools now, I mean, the lesser ones, they don't have qualified teachers. Because I could remember when I wanted to pick school for my daughter, so I started asking around. The one I like, the money is very, very, very high. You understand? The one I would have loved for her to go, the money was very, very high. We can't afford it. Do you understand? So now I went around and I checked the content and I saw that this one that I'm talking, this particular one, their content is quite very, 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 very okay, even than the other one. The one they are going now, they are okay. At least you can still afford to some extent, and they have content, but they still don't have that content that I really still want them to have. So what would you advise, I mean, parents that want their children to go to the ones that their content is very, very okay? I don't want to say some content are not okay because, you know, prices. So what would you tell them? What would you say to them?
You see, ordinarily, when you have a big school fees, so to say, the content is actually supposed to be of that same quality. But as with my years of experience as a boss, as a proprietress, let me say proprietress, not a boss now, you have your own role to play because you have workers, you have to monitor. And that's what we do in Tender Heart School. You have to monitor, you have to do evaluation and see that the needful are actually done. So ordinarily, when you have, where you pay high, you should get value for what you're paying for. But at the same time, whoever that is the head there must be able to pay the price to ensure that that quality is not watered down. So we have different aspects of it. If you feel this is the school you want your child to go, they have the content, they have everything, you can also go back to the drawing table. What are the things I can add to my income? To my income, if you desire that. Okay, so that the family, what are you bringing? The husband, what are you bringing down? The wife. If you can put resources together, and as well, you can go to the school and have an agreement with them. We have, for instance, in Tender Art School, parents do come and then they tell you, this is how I want to pay my money. In fact, at times we have some paying even up to 6-7 times.
Wow.
Yes, you break it down. Once it's an agreement and then you follow the agreement, I won't be able to pay, the chunk. Let's break it down. You can have such agreements with the school. And once they know that you keep to your words concerning that, they will honor it. That's one aspect of it. Then if you desire a big school with high school fees, and then you're looking at your stream of income, you can add more to what you are doing. What can I do more to be able to, meet up with this quality? So
I think I want to add to that, it's not impossible that you are not able to meet up with that, and then you go for what you can afford, and whatever is the difference, the only person who is able to identify some difference is someone who did a thorough survey. So you know that this is what is missing from this curriculum, and you may have to bridge the gap. But if you are not even aware that there is something your child is missing, you may not know how to help. But I want to ask this question quickly. ADETENIOLA, what's your opinion about this education? Is expensive school equals good content?
Okay, thank you so much. I think my mom, my dad, they've done a great job, and also everyone that's spoken on this panel. So I would just say good doesn't have to be expensive. And even, are you telling me that even people that go to good school, expensive school, they are not some would I say, different students that don't still learn at the pace that they should learn? So the result is in the child. So the fact that you take your child to a particular school, they might not actually be learning well with the learning style. It might be good, but not good enough for that. Now, there's a lot of talk about neurodivergent children. There's a lot of talk about different styles people used to learn. Some students learn better with music. Some students learn better with, hands-on. So I don't believe that. I also think that no matter the budget you have, there's always a school that is more than that budget.
Yes.
So I didn't typically go to a school that wasn't good, but I remember that my primary school, my parents had to do like some, there's something called like just making up for things that were lost. I can remember my brother moved to that school, did not do well the first semester we got there. And my mom was like, every other person is doing well, so let's see what's going on. And before you know it, spoke with the teacher, and different approaches were taken, and then he got top of his class. So the result is in the child, not in the school entirely, because I went to a good secondary school, but there are some people in my school that either maybe from home or from how they learned, it wasn't as packed as every other person, and you'd now be questioning the school. Meanwhile,
despite all the money,
so at the end of the day, it's a. And then again, there's some things that are called life skill. Some students also don't do well because, like my parents would have gone to secondary schools that were not tush in that sense. There were like very few chairs, there was no windows and all that. But the life skills that was taught to them was resilience. that when you not understand something, you go at it and try again.
Yes.
But sometimes I think the difference is that the level of life skills in students now, resilience, telling them that no, people say I'm not made for that. I don't want this. This is the club I want to. There's a place for that, but there's a place for also the life skill where there's grit, there's resilience.
Yes.
That's what also makes it. I remember whenever, our parents tell you that the person that got first, they have to wait.
Yeah. I heard that.
We paid the same school fees, so
Yes, I heard that.
So again, it helps you to push. So again, the life skill in the children also, because some children, they don't learn because of bullying. They have fear of maybe their classmates or something.
Or even parents.
Or parents, yeah. Or because their parents will beat them. So in their head, they're like, and that's the thing that's affecting learning. So learning is not a one-way street. And there's always going to be a school better than the school you take your children to. So let's just settle that.
Very true, very true. I think let's move, because we're really setting the pace, for the discussion. For me, the most interesting part is the higher education.
Yeah.
So it's very nice that we talked about, the early education that we give to our children. Now let's talk about the higher education, because when engineer was talking, it started from the private higher institutions in Nigeria and all of that. So are the private institutions better than the government-owned institutions, the federal, the state?
Thank you very much. If you recall the time you and I went to school, the state started denigrating over the years, maybe over the last 40 years, but it was not pronounced. In our labs, if we're in science or engineering, there are equipment, there are solutions, there are practicals, there are tools, there are machines. But over time, then even the classroom, a classroom that was meant for 100, at some point, and up to now, we have 1,000.
Yes.
People standing by the window and all of that.
Yes.
When I was there, I can imagine before my time, light was almost 80% or whatever. I'm sure much earlier it will be 100%. But I tell you, in public schools, I won't mention state or name, you might not have light the whole day. The struggle through the owners of the school, government in particular, they buy generator, then diesel went from X to 5x. I mean, we all know that.
Yeah.
But so you start rationing, you start doing alternative to practicals, and all of that. So in all of that, the private schools are better. Because some of the private schools, I don't know, they generate power.
Yes.
I know at least 5.
Yes.
There's a particular one that even 2. That even sell power to neighboring places.
Which is at a cost.
At a cost. So they have 24/7 power, 24/7 light. I mean, unless there are maintenance issues or whatever. You actually will not compare that to the public schools. The only thing the public school has an edge is the human resource. The lecturers, they have longer experience, they have longer exposures, but that is almost balancing out. Because a lot of them they do adjuncts sabbatical in the private schools. They don't stay put. I use a language that is for you. I say, sabbatical stay. Sabbatical is for you to go for 1 year, sometimes 2 weeks, you have a computer and you come back. They just stay there because you have everything you need to work. They can sponsor you to conferences and all of that. There are a lot of interventions from government, TED fund and all of that. So government can do more. Let me also mention NEL fund. The latest, I'm sure we all know about, the students' loan started last year with this administration. If that can be properly managed, so far so good. People have access to loan. Let us charge appropriate fee. Let us run the school properly. Let people take loan and pay back. We also have a responsibility to pay back. The system must be cleaned up. It's unfortunate those who japa. Everybody of my age and that I'm 30 years older than, went to school subsidized by government, by all of our resources. So, everyone knows what it takes to read medicine abroad. You read medicine at next to nothing here. You spent 3, 4, 5 years and you went abroad without paying back. I'm not talking about even engineering. So all those public schools are, as the name sounds, they are sponsored by government. You're supposed to be paying like times 100 of what you paid to pay the staff, to run daily, to do exam, to run facilities, and all of that. You will pay 100 of times. The government pays that. But government is dwindling. The amount they apply is reduced. So therefore, the quality is reduced.
Yeah. So your conclusion now is that the private institutions are most of the time better than the public.
They are getting better and better. But government is making it. They are getting better because you need a conducive environment, and they're also poaching the talent, the resources. Apart from even resources, they're poaching the resources. No lecturer wants to stay in a school where there's nothing to make research, advance, and so the private schools are getting better now over these years in resources. A lot of people are moving there and staying there.
Just the way we started secondary school.
Yes.
Before it used to be government. I went to government college, for instance, and then gradually the private primary schools, they started having a secondary school and all that, putting in the resources into it. Then thereafter, they balanced. We have a lot of private high schools now. Then the same way, university used to be federal, state government. Then gradually, private started coming in, even among the privates, because in our family we have just like my daughter OAU, we have others too in private universities, and we can compare. Actually, you can compare from the product. Just like my daughter mentioned, resilience. It's very, very important because you have the true life, the real life in federal and state schools. You have the real life. But when you talk about the private university, you see that the difference when you have the product at times. One is more, wise out there. Streetwise out there. And when we talk about even the fees of the universities higher education, we have them in different categories. Just like I said, that fingers are not equal. So you put your cards on the table, look at the different options that are available to you, and then look at the one that that you can afford.
You can also adjust your family, your spendings.
Yes.
Less on HIB and Paris and all of that.
Holiday abroad.
Yeah, you can also moderate
if
that.
you have like 2 children in a private university, you have to have a rethink. If you've been going for holiday abroad every night, I know the family that had to suspend that, to face the education of the children.
Before you tell you, you also have to control the number of the children. But that's what I'm just saying.
I like to have plenty.
No problem.
I'd
like to add that someone in the workplace that works with and also like that, because I'm in HR, so I also review applications. So while you might say that yes, private school, they're doing well now, in fact, they mostly come ready.
Yes.
So they have workshops and things that are like they're busy, soft skills, AI, they're actually up to date, right? And that might want you to go the easier route. Many times, because as a consultant, they ask us for employees, and we give them. Some people tell you, "I want this particular school," and they come. But sometimes, like just to emphasize what I say about life skills, the people that come from public schools or federal schools who don't even have this skill, they are very trainable quickly. So again, in life, it's about continuous improvement. So no matter how well you are, how good you are now, you come out as a product of a private university, you're good. If you don't seek for continuous improvement, people will meet up with you and catch up with you and get up.
That's correct.
Life is a leveler. Immediately you come out of uni, your life is now yours. So that's why, because people feel disadvantaged. I went to school with, even though my parents could pay my school fees easily, it was such an eye-opening thing to see classmates that still could not afford that very subsidized school fees, I'm like, this serious. So it also makes you have a seriousness to life. So again, yes, universities are the topic for this discussion is the cost of universities and education. But again, parents should also know that your children should always aspire for more. That's just the baseline, because no matter what they get, the teachers have stopped teaching, the lecturers have stopped. You may get a job, you may get a foot in the door, but that would not sustain you on that road. So it's a thirst for knowledge. Knowledge is something that is not confined to just a learning space.
So, Daddy, if I want to ask, if education in Nigeria is right, do you think private universities should have come to existence?
Third one, it should have, and it's nice that it came to existence. The population is growing,
Yes.
and the government, even now with our numbers, we're still not near what we should be, and government was not able. The difference was that government was not able to match up with the number of universities. That they allowed universities to take more than what they could absorb, and we know it. Classroom lab, in fact, you will just be at the back, stretching your neck to see what they are doing. 10 people on the classical table, 2 people. We don't get. So it should still have, because the number will never be enough, because government will never have enough resources to match the number and the quality. And it's a good thing that they came up. Because of the advent of the private schools, government has been striving to make sure they improve. But for the private schools, we probably won't have any functional schools again. Because government has now seen that, this school is doing this, school is doing that. That fund has helped a lot, but there still needs to be more resources put into it, and parents for public schools should be, and the students should be willing, please, to do more. People are ready to buy the child card, 50K in a month.
Latest phones.
They just for iPhone. They don't want to pay 250,000.
You said because of the existence of private universities, government have been able. They are striving. Do you think they are really striving? Because I remember that my secondary school was a government school, and then we have 2 teachers teaching just one subject, English language. We have 2 teachers, but now secondary schools around now, I see that they don't even have teachers again. You would see them roaming the streets while they are supposed to be in school. So do you think governments are really striving to match up with private universities?
Actually, I would like
private
to correct
education.
Something. The fact that you see children roaming the street does not mean that there are no teachers in the school.
Okay.
It does not mean that there are no teachers in the school.
I'm not saying this
because in government schools we still have they might be overwhelmed with the number of the children compared to the teachers, but that does not mean that they don't have teachers in the school. Because when we talk about education, it's 2 way of a thing. The children left home, some might not even get into the school at all, and then you see them roaming around. So that's why the parent factor is there, and then we have the school. You have to ensure and monitor. When you call open days as a parent, you must show up to know the performance of your child. When you have report cards, you go through the notes, there was a time I was actually taking my children in lesson, and then I told my husband to be paying lesson teacher fee. I think he did that for a month or 2, and then after he stopped. So as a parent too, you need to monitor the progress of your children educationally. And of course, government will improve on that, because competition, that's the power of competition.
Yes.
Competition brings out the best in you. They cannot sit back when you begin to see the wide gap between private schools and the government school. Of course, it will provoke a level of better things.
So you're saying, okay.
I will give it to you at some point, but let me also quickly, in 1 second. My wife spent a lot of time teaching the rules. But she has to stop working and doing small buy and sell on one small shop on a gutter where the children are, the little one is having crutch. I mean, just to stay around. So the parents has a lot she did a lot of that. I think I paid for some time, but Now, you're right. In my secondary school, my school is 17 next year. I just came back. I'm the vice president of the boys. We got, we're paying for teachers for some courses, of course, mathematics and sciences. I think English. So you're right. Giving back. So the old boys need to also get involved. Old boys, old girls get involved. Government still need to do more, but they are doing. The government need to do more. Government finds it difficult to employ these days because of payment, because all those public schools, including tertiary institutions, government pays our salary. So that's the challenge. And because of politics, government will not allow you to increase fees so that by the next election, they will not be voted out. And they have constraints to add more money. So the parents must be ready to assist very well. The old boys, old girls association, then government need to reassess what they do and put more. You're right about teachers. They need to employ more. They need to increase the working environment, and they are conscious of that, and they are doing that. I must say, even this government is trying to tackle that, but it cannot just stop. It must continue to improve in all areas. People don't want to do education or go and teach because of the remuneration.
Yes.
You must increase the remuneration.
Yes.
So, Daddy, so would you advise people now would you advise people to take their children to higher institution owned by government, or would you advise to take to private university now?
It's our cost.
Yeah, I think before we get to that point, it will be interesting to hear. We have had, like your story, how you had plenty meat, for school lunch and dinner and so on.
I remember a teacher of mine in secondary school that would tell us that you guys are not enjoying.
Exactly.
While we're in the university, we eat big meat. Exactly. That their provisions are always there for them every time.
I would like to hear from Promise. How is it today? The student-teacher ratio. Are the teachers really interested in teaching? What do you think?